Just tell me what you need, sweetheart, so I can make your dreams come true. That's all I want. Make it easy for me to make it easy for you. That's it.
Welcome back to Muse on the Mic. I'm Riley.
And I'm Emily. Thanks everyone for joining us on another fun episode here at MUSE On the Mic. And before we jump into the topic, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you're following on all the things. You can find us on all social media platforms and subscribe to the Patreon because you get 3 times as much of us. Riley, what are we talking about today? Tell everybody.
Well, this is an interesting topic because listen, guys, after 16 years of owning Muse, of owning an adult massage parlor, we have got a list of the most frequently or most regularly asked question by new customers. And let's face it, we are getting a boatload of new customers from the podcast, which we love. But I want this episode to be, it's going to be a little funny, but helpful for you guys as well, because these are the questions we get daily on repeat for 16 years.
All the time, all the time. It's true. It's like by the time we're done all this, like now, what do I even tweet about? Like I don't even know anymore. Life is delirium, and we're open every day. So Monday is the same as Tuesday is the same as Sunday, right? So
Yeah.
this is our lives, and people are like, "How sexy is it to own a rub and tug?" And I'm like, "Ooh, wait till you watch this episode because this is all the foreplay." On the owner's side, I guess. And we're gonna
Yeah.
poke fun at you guys a little bit too, because you guys always make us laugh a little bit,
Yeah.
especially when you all do the same things. I'm like, is there a course we don't know about where men all go to a club and they all learn this is how we react to the same shit?
So
So
true.
fun. So, as the one who handles the email inquiries for the spa, we divide and conquer the social media, especially as there's so many freaking platforms, plus the podcast platforms. But I handle the emails. And so a lot of the emails, most of the time, are a little bit lengthy. And like they have a lot of questions. Couples have a lot of questions. First timers have a lot of questions, stuff like that. And you know, I'm chatty. I also like to write. It's a good job for Emily to do, right? Because I
It
can
is.
go back and forth. But it's the one liners sometimes that get me the most. And I think it's important to know that Riley and I don't work at the spa. We own the company and we definitely go to the building and enter the building and do the duties that we have to do, whether it's Riley goes a bit more than I do, but like whether it's once a week, twice a week, once a week each, we divide and conquer. But there's a lot of people that think we just live there every day, all day,
Yeah.
from
All
like
day.
8 in the morning. And so when I get an email that's like, hey, who's available now? I don't know. You tell me. I'm not there. I don't know. I literally don't know because even if we don't do an online booking system that clients would have access to because of
Mhm.
privacy and all those kind of things. But even if we did, that doesn't account for walk-ins. That doesn't account for if a girl stepped out for a quick bite to eat or like any of the things that could be variables.
Right.
If a client last minute added an extra girl to his session or extended an appointment,
Hmm.
that's all kind of on the spot in the moment things. We have a team of 6 awesome managers that manage the spa. They run the
Hmm.
day-to-day operations. They're on front desk. They can answer your questions immediately, which means calling very quickly. And my response usually is, I'm not sure. I'm not there at the moment. For anything same day, it's totally best to call. You can
Yeah.
always book in advance through email or through DMs. Super easy. We're happy to help. But it
Yeah.
requires us going back and forth with the spa to do so, right? And front desk is busy. Just because I call doesn't mean they have time to chit chat. They might be in the middle of something too and be like, call me when it's less busy. Like they're dealing with customers and they don't know why I'm
Mhm.
calling. So or they're like, just email it. I'll get to it in a second. I've got like 5 clients I'm juggling right now. And that's what I want them to do. Deal with the dudes that are right there. I will handle the email guys. But yeah, I'm not sitting there. Sometimes guys will write back and they're like, neither you nor Riley. I'm like, no, we don't live at 1290 Finch. I'm sorry. I appreciate the love and wanting to see us, but like, no. And it would be one thing if it was always from someone who had none the wiser. They've never
Right.
seen anything. Maybe they watch the podcast, they've never been to a parlor. They don't know otherwise. But that happens sometimes from dudes where I'm like, you know me. Like, You were my client, know me. Like I've known you for 20 years. You know I'm not sitting at the parlor. What are you talking
Right,
about? It's actually crazy. So who's available now? I'm like, I don't know about now. I help with
right.
future. It's just by the time I email back, and then what if you're driving and da-da, we've missed now anyway. Just show up and walk in. It's so much easier.
I
Call.
think there's definitely times where like the call to the spa is the most direct route because, like Emily said, she handles emails, and the social media that I do handle, oftentimes I'll wake up to a message that, let's say a gentleman's messaged in at 11 p.m. saying, I'm coming in at 11:30. Who do you have for me? Riley's sleeping. So unfortunately, and I mean, I will reply being like, I'm so sorry. I'm just seeing this. For an immediate response, always call the spa. It's not
Yeah,
that we're not here or don't want to help, but the timeline, we're not on call 24 hours a day, unfortunately.
it's true. And Riley goes to bed early. She's up early. She goes to bed early. Emily's the night owl. But I'm
Yeah.
still, listen, I have a cutoff time too, because at some point I do have to end my workday and not just
Hmm.
be insane all the time, right? And I am up early as well. Like I handle 9 a.m. just as much. So although you get all the morning call in six,
Hmm.
so you're up early, early. But still, like my day is long that way, and we don't close till midnight. I'm not booking things at 1 a.m. I'm not answering DMs at 12:45. Like it's just not happening. So we'll
Hmm.
catch you tomorrow.
Yeah.
I love it. But I think once people know, then they know. It's
Yeah.
just it's funny when like I get this like clap back of disappointment when they're like, "What do you mean you're not there?" I don't know. My life goals were not to work at a rub and tug every single day after I worked in a rub and tug for 8 years. It's not on my bucket list. I'm sorry, Frank. It's
Yeah.
not gonna happen. Okay, so my next one is very quick, very simple, and my world's biggest pet peeve.
Okay.
Hi. If you want to see Emily get very, very frustrated very quickly, hi.
I know. Get to the point.
Hello. Like, what can I do for you, sir? Use your words. I don't have time for that because if I answer casual, they're going to disrespect my time in a casual manner. And that drives me nuts too. If you want to do that and you want to chit chat, then you pay a lady for her time. You don't just, how are you? And then back, no, no, hi. And then the message. I'm
Hmm.
happy to help. I will not reply if it's hi. I will just
Really,
leave you on read. You're ghosted.
get to the point there.
Right? Okay, here's a couple ones that are funny, well intentioned, but definitely kind of grind on my gears a little bit.
Okay.
Something along the lines of like, so I was on the website and I noticed there's some girls without pictures. Can you send me their pictures now? Thanks.
I don't know if that's
Oh,
just funny to us
I
because
don't
we
know if
know,
it is
but I
or not.
feel like everyone should know.
Let me check what I have in the back. Like,
I have
understand
something
if we
on
had them,
reserve. I chose not to share with the entire world, but I got it
right?
for you.
We've got all these pictures and they're for me only. Like we're just keeping them hostage and secret. Trust me, if we had hot pictures of these girls to put up, the pictures go up. If she's brand new, she doesn't have pictures yet. If she has extreme privacy needs, she's never going to have pictures. You're going to
Hmm.
have to go in and meet the girl. Is it ideal? No. Get
No,
it? But it's the commonality. I would say in an average week, I am asked this question at least half a dozen times. And I'm
really.
just like I get it. There's lots of girls that I wish we could have new girls have pictures right away. We've learned the hard way. That's not always worth the investment because what if
Hmm.
it's not a right fit? And 2 weeks later, we're like, you know what, this isn't good, or she's like, this isn't good. And now everyone's just blown all this time and money and effort on photos. Let her settle in. Then we'll do some pictures. We love a candid one. Follow us on Twitter. But
Yeah.
at the same time, we do. I don't keep extra sizes in the back for when Frank decides to email in and be like, so, Emily, what do you got for me for visuals? And if I did, I'm not sending them to you. This
Hmm.
isn't free content world. I feel bad. It just all makes me think, I feel bad. Can we smoke what you're smoking? Because it sounds really fun.
That's a funny one.
Um, okay, along that same thread, can you tell me about bracket new girl that hasn't even started yet? and brackets. I'm like, I got nothing to tell you. Her description's on the website. Like, we meet them, we interview them, but I don't know what her sessions are like. I have no client feedback yet.
Mhm.
I like, you could be the most like everyday regular, and I still don't have an answer because I need her to start. Why don't you go see her and then tell me,
Give the
and
feedback.
then I'll have feedback to give, right? But like,
Yeah.
sometimes people will ask me that question like a week before the girls even started. And I'm like, am I supposed to know the answer to this question? Like, it's one thing if she comes from somewhere else, or like some of the girls we've
Mhm.
had touring lately, where I'm like, oh, she's super well liked in Vancouver, or she's highly reviewed in Montreal. That I will absolutely say. Here's her Twitter, check her out. Lots of pictures there.
Yeah.
Follow our Twitter for little updates, whatever. But I don't like, I hate questions that I can't answer, but these ones are just ones where I'm like, oh,
Well,
I
we got to get to
don't
know
know.
her just like you guys do. We did not birth her. I've not raised her. I'm unsure.
And even if I did, I'm not naked in the room. It requires y'all to tell us about a
Yeah.
girl for us to know about a girl. So
Yeah.
we're reliant on y'all to go see her and report back with feedback. Without that, if no one ever told us anything about any girl, we wouldn't have an answer to that question ever. Because we'd be
Right.
like, I don't know. I'm not in the room. Like, does she lick balls or does she stand on her head? I literally don't know.
Yeah.
You tell me. So there's your homework, boys. You tell me. Um, there's definitely generic ones where I almost wish people would like narrow down what their questions were. Like, tell me about your fetish sessions. I get that one a lot. And my answer
Mhm.
back is, well, tell me about your fetishes. Because again, well, I don't know till I know, right? So
Yeah.
if I start rhyming off things about dominating you or walking around with a dog leash or like all these things, and you're like, I just like toes. Like,
Right.
I don't want to overstep. I don't want to freak anyone out because fetishes still have that stigma around it. And yet,
Hmm.
yeah, you have to have at least the vulnerability to type, this is what I'm interested in. Who do you
Yeah.
recommend? And how
I
much would it
agree.
cost? Kind of thing, right? But like, it's so vague. Like,
Well, and I think,
mhm.
like, I mean, we talk about all the time in sessions, communication is key. And outside of them, too, I mean, guys, in life, in the world, we all know this to be true. So literally communicate what you want because I'm positive Emily will have an answer for you, but she needs to understand what you're looking for.
Well, keep in mind I'm long-winded, right? Emily will have an answer for you. I
Right.
will lay her secondary options. Here are her shifts, blah. I can send her a little heads up of what you like. Like, I will
Mhm.
bend over backwards for a client, but you gotta give me something to work with. Hi.
Bonjour.
It's, it's so funny to me. I've just never also reached out. Like, I'm shy. I have social anxiety. I don't like to talk to strangers. Shocker. I know. But like, if I'm reaching out to a company, I am most likely to slide in a DM instead of call. Or I make Riley come
Right.
make my phone calls for me, which she's been doing for like 17 years. Still, it's true. Um, I'm not just going to go, hi, or even, hi, can you help me? Like, I am going to send you, maybe I'm overly professional. Hello, my
Yeah.
name is so and so. This is what I need. Like, I write it like a letter, signed,
Right.
so, like, this is the way it is, dated. It's like a
Yeah.
thing. But, like, I think people, maybe if they're just old school, like, people appreciate those details. Like, hi, I
Right.
would like an appointment with so and so Friday at 9 o'clock for 45 minutes in room four if you have it. I'll be like, give me a
Perfect.
minute. That
I think
guy.
I feel like the high message, it just dawned on me. It's more of like an instant messenger feel. Like they want to get into chat with you, where it's going to be
Yes.
this back and forth. And that expectation is very unrealistic
Yeah.
because depending on our schedules and time of day, what's happening, sometimes, for example, I will get to the Instagram DMs once per day, and I'm not saying there's a limit of how much time I spend in there. I could be there for 10 minutes or an hour, but I go
Right.
once a day. There's going to be no back and forth where we're constantly in communication, like a phone call. Like if you need that, that is a phone call.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Like, hi. So then I say hi, and then you're like, how are
Yeah.
you? And I'm like, fine. How can I help you? Like, especially in the emails, like that's half the day. Like, because
Yeah.
I have about 6 times a day where my little phone beeps at me to check the emails if I haven't checked them already, especially because my phone doesn't always beep for notifications for every damn account. So like I keep myself accountable, but I'm not spending all day doing this. I don't even have a boyfriend. Like doing this with a man. Hi, how are you? Good morning, beautiful. No, just tell me what you need, sweetheart, so I can make your dreams come true. That's all I want. Make it easy for me to make it easy for you. That's it.
I
And
love
trust
that.
me, I'll add in all the penis jokes in the mix. You'll never get a serious one from Emily, but like at least make it fun. Like give me something other
Mhm.
than hi. I'm gonna rant about that this whole episode. It's true. Actually, listen, can we take a sidestep from our topic for 1 second? Because I have a mini
Okay.
little rant slash question. This is totally
Okay.
an aside. I was on Twitter the other day and there was a sex worker I follow. I think she's from New York. She's very high end, very reputable, gorgeous woman. And she had this little tweet that was like, oh my God, I finally had a guy let me hold it while he pees. And she's like, he was freaking out because apparently I held it like a fireman. And she must have hosed down the whole bathroom. And I immediately wanted to ask you. And then I was like, wait, I'm totally going to save this for the pod as a total aside. But like, I replied to the tweet and I was like, first of all, my favorite thing ever. I've had
Hmm.
many men bless me with the honor of holding their penis when they pee. And it is as thrilling as the first time you use power tools. And then I
Hmm.
was like, I've got to ask Riley, have you held it
Hmm.
when he pees? Do you want
I
to? Are
have.
you intrigued?
I have. I will say it's very I have. I love doing it. If anything, I'm actually a nuisance to those that I ask. 'Cause I'm like, can I do it again? Um, but it's definitely like in a relationship, which is what I tend to be in. Like I don't know if I'd care to hold his penis while he pees if he was just like something very casual. But I
That's
can
right.
think to my last relationship, it was one of my favorite things to do. Just
It's
like the bulkiness, just let me hold on while you let it rip.
the weight of it, the way you can feel, like if it's like they're peeing
It's
hard, you can
coming.
feel it. Like
Mhm.
oh, it's so cool.
That's
God,
a very
it's the
interesting
most
sidetrack for you today,
it's
Emily.
Jack rant. I'm like, I have to talk about this. It immediately just popped in my head and of course burst out of my face. I love it. And of course there was the girls replying. Clients were like, there's one client
Yeah.
that's like, marry me. These guys are
Also,
hilarious.
so some sex workers like doing it with their clients.
Yes, and tons of the guys were like, no one's ever done that for me, and I really want that to happen. And I was like, I don't ever had
Oh.
opportunity at work to do it. It was only my personal life, but I never would have
Mhm.
thought about it work. And
True.
yet I was shocked. Just like tons of people had done it. Tons of people, guys were like, I wish. And like the girls were like, all of them said what we said if they've done it. They were like, it's so much fun.
I always felt like a nuisance, to be honest with you. Like if I saw said person going to the bathroom, I'd be like, "I'm coming," and like again.
Well, that, and you end up in this
Great.
really annoying, almost childlike position while you're doing it because you have to
Mhm.
watch too, right? So you're like
Mhm.
hanging off his hip or something like this, like a mother being like, will you get off me for a minute? And
I'm
you're
gonna like
just like
squeeze up in your
aiming.
armpit.
By this Grace tweet, one client had replied. I was following this thread as if it was breaking news. And client was like, did he enjoy it? What did he say? She goes, mostly Jesus. She's like flinging it all over and couldn't figure out the aim. I was howling. I was like, this is the funniest Twitter
So
thread I've
good.
seen in a long time. And I totally have to harass Riley. So funny. It's
Yeah,
so funny.
there's something about holding the
Anyways,
hose, guys.
holding the hose. It's so much fun. If you ever get the
Mhm.
opportunity, ask, and ladies, do it. I'm telling you, it's a power trip. You're like the rush of power in that thing. It's also very sexual in a way because I'm like, you've got a lot of power in there, sir. That wasn't just a
Mhm.
dribbly little pee. Like you were like, ah. It's like, wow, it's so cool.
You're so funny.
In my next life, I'm telling you. And I will let you and every woman I find hold it. I promise. You can control all the motion in my ocean. Anyways, back to regular session.
That was a quick trip.
I will keep you up to date on this thread if any new breaking news happens too, because it's so funny. Ah, okay, here's one we get from not necessarily newbies, from our beloved clients. Some of them ask this question way too much. I try not to get frustrated and also just give credit to where credit is due. Hi, can you ask former Muse to come back? I'm like, no, no, because I don't do that. I've never asked someone to sex work in my life. Be like,
Right.
so you don't have anything to do on Thursday. Want to come stroke some cock? Hey, you've worked here in 7 years. How about you make a return? Like, I've just never done that. And these
Yeah.
guys seem very disappointed when I say no. They're like,
Hmm.
oh, why not? And I'm like,
You want to go deeper? You want to go all the way? Let's go deep throat.
good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Deep Throat with your favorite sexologist, Emily Muse here. And we are going deep into the world of tit fucking tonight. Call me a little biased if you must. So, I want everyone to first off know that a boob man can love any size of breasts, and that the simulation and stimulation of tit fucking can be accomplished by anyone of any chest size, whether you're an A cup, a triple D, or larger. This one's for you. So to all my boob lovers, boob curious, and everything in between, let me kind of explain to you a little bit about what this body slide actually is. Because in our world, in the massage parlor world, a body slide can include, or one variation of, is tit fucking. And in our world with our funny lingo, we actually call this one a Russian slide. I did a little Googling because I've always wondered where this expression came from and actually never bothered to look. Shame on me. 25 years. Either way, I discovered it comes from a Russian sports massage technique where it is entirely focused on friction, creating heat in the body. So the masseuse is causing friction in the client's body by all of this rubbing and deep pressure. Hence, makes perfect sense once you know. Once you know, you know. And I won't forget it. So, when I was a massage attendant, I actually didn't own all of this. I was a little skinnier and had my natural boobs. I bought these a few years later. Best purchase ever. But I learned some really great titty fucking body slides from the busty girls. And they taught me that rule number 1, gravity is in your favor. And rule number 2, make sure you're the one in control. And now I learned that lesson a bit the hard way and some not so great experiences, but I figured it out pretty quickly, and it allowed me to provide something that I thought was limited and I wasn't really able to give to customers. Turns out I was completely wrong. And if you're the girl who's on top, then you've got gravity hanging in your favor. So whether they're little or they're small, it's a lot easier to squish them together than it is when you're laying back and hoping against gravity. See the difference? I see the difference. Do you see the difference? So I'm actually going to show you a couple of pornographic clips tonight, and I'm actually going to highlight good technique versus bad technique. I first want to thank all of these creators because I am really micro splicing to find an offbeat moment because these ladies all know what they're doing. But for sake of demonstration, I have a few little snippets for you. And the one thing I want you to concentrate on, aside from the beauty of big titties, is think with your dick. Think you are the dick. And what we're actually seeking is mimicked friction. So a titty fuck should be replicating the penetrative friction and feeling of sex, of oral, of hand jobs, except encased in boobs. You're looking for the gap or the hole in the titties, and that's what you're fucking. Now, as the girls who are the providers and therefore in control of the titties, it's really important to focus not just on up and down movement like this from the outside.
You like that? You want more? Subscribe to the Patreon and I'll take you deep throat.
Well, you know what? I think it's kudos to her because usually who
Yes.
they're asking for is someone very legendary, right? And so
Yeah.
I think she has given the lasting impression that she loves her job. And maybe
Mhm.
she did. I don't want to ruin the illusion. But if she left Muse or left the industry, she probably doesn't want to come back. And if she did, she'd call us.
She'd call. And you know what? Many of our former staff we follow or are friends with.
Mhm.
We have them, some on our personal social media. Some of them I'm like, she doesn't live in this country anymore.
Mhm.
Or like, she could be like married with children now. And it's one thing to ask about a girl maybe from a year ago. But there are some clients that ask about, I swear to God, every woman that's ever worked at the parlor, especially the ones in the first 2 years. And
Right.
I'm like, I barely remember her real name. It was that long ago. Too many women have walked through our doors, and I try to be really good about remembering their alias and their identity, and not mixing up all the Sarahs and the Julies and the
Right.
Jasmines and the how many are there. Like I'm trying to keep them all straight. But I would never, if there was anyone I'm calling to come back to work, I am not calling someone who worked over a decade ago. Like, that's
No.
embarrassing to me. I'm just like, you couldn't pay me to
Mhm.
make that phone call. Because why
Mhm.
am I calling? Hi, we
Yeah.
really need you. Like, it's just weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm being an
Yeah.
asshole. I hope not. Like God, again, credit where credit is due, because the girl is clearly a legend. A decade later,
Mhm.
I will say side note and a little nod and mention of honor to those that always and will forever request if Riley and I could be in the rooms. Because for 16 years you bless our egos with that question, despite that it's been 16 years of no. Don't ever stop asking, because then I'll really feel old.
So
So if
cute.
you're asking for us for 16 years, it's okay. If you're asking for so and so for 16 years, it's not okay. Does that
Right.
make sense?
Makes sense.
It's true though. If they stopped asking about us, I'd be like, hmm,
Listen, I
really?
often wonder when they do, I'm like, are you sure
Sure.
that's what you want?
Exactly. It keeps my ego young and healthy. I'm
This is true.
but if it ever dried up, I'd be like, oh, what happened? Maybe it was
Boys
this
want what
episode.
they can't have, right? I think if we were on the menu, we might be, no, we wouldn't be slow. Who am I kidding? But I think it wouldn't be so sought after. It's because we're not available, but the want and desire is there.
Yeah, if we were to ever do something brazen like that, it would be a one-time feature and we out. It's a regular scheduled program. That's for damn sure. But
Mm.
like, yeah, I don't want it to be 10 years from now and nobody asks. I'd be like,
I think
oh,
we're going to get there one day.
do we have to dress sluttier for the anniversary parties? Like, what's happening here? For titties on the pod? I don't know. Something's got to give. Damn it. Okay, here's some fun ones, and yet it's always like hard to narrow down. Again, the more information you send us, the absolute better. Who's your best girl?
Mm.
Right?
You know what?
People just make the
I,
same
I
face.
answered this question the other day. I don't know if it was best girls, how it was worded, but
Mhm.
no, he asked who the top booked girls are.
Mm,
And that I can ask. I can give like, 10 names of our most highly booked women, but it
right,
doesn't mean she is the best for you. And so it
right.
really will depend on like, what are you looking for? Is it a body type? Is it a type of session style? Is it a fetish? There's a lot of components that would make the best girl for you.
I've always wondered, like, are they secretly hoping that someone they have their eye on is the girl that will say?
Right.
Because I've had the same kind of thing too. And if I do give that bit of a list, or like, here's a couple ones I totally recommend because, they've been in high demand lately or something. If they come back with like, oh, but I don't like blondes, I'm like, well, but what? Then who's your busiest brunette? Like, ask me
Right.
specific, like, get the more specific, the better, honestly,
Yeah.
because I don't know your type. And if you're secretly hoping that someone said so and I'm going off this direction, it doesn't mean that so and so isn't good. It just means my mind jumped to, listen, humans in general tend to think about what was last on their mind anyway, or was last
Mhm.
spoken to them about. Maybe that's the thing. I
Yeah.
find the same happens with which session is the best.
Right.
And again, it depends what you want. It depends what you like. It depends how much money you have to spend. Like to some people, a 20-minute quickaroo with so-and-so is amazing. To some people, they're like, oh, I would never do less than 90 minutes, or I was only interested in fetishes. And I'm like, but yeah, again, just the more you say, the better. Act like
Yeah.
Emily and write me a novel. At least I know. Like, even if it's
Mhm.
long-winded, at least there's enough for me to work with. Okay, this date, this time, this girl, this is what you like. I can put
Yeah.
that math together and give you a couple great recommendations. Riley, too. But if you're just, it's the open-ended, vague questions that are just like, again, it requires then more back and forth. And so now we're
Mhm.
getting into this full all-day email
Yep.
situation. um, some of our more regular clients like to jump the gun and be like, Psst, Riley, what's next month's promotion going to be? Should I go now or should I wait till November?
Well, let me
Let's be
tell you a
honest.
little something about Emily and I. We leave everything till the last minute, and we will generally come up with a promotion the night before it's going to be posted on our website.
28th, yeah, percent. Then Emily's bitching because she can be up all night doing graphics.
Yeah.
Anytime we try to plan early, it never goes according to plan. So we've
No.
learned roll with where the energy is and where the inspo flies and what makes sense for current moment business. We don't plan a quarter in ahead, or our calendar year for 2026 is already laid out. I don't fucking know what I'm wearing tomorrow. No.
That's
It
funny.
makes me giggle sometimes when people ask that question. And I'll answer real professional, be like, oh, well, I can't tell. That's a secret. But I might, like, if you only knew
But I mean,
how many
that
clowns are in a clown
perspective,
car.
like, and listen, at the end of the day, as much as this is fun and sexy, it is a business, and our job is to drive business into the spa, amongst other things. But if why would we ever say, you know what, don't come in October? You know what, hold off till December because that's going to be the big promotion. We want business in the door today. Like that's just life and business 101, guys.
It's true. And if anyone pays attention, that much attention to watch all our monthly promos, there's a cap on how much we can give away for free. There's a cap on how much we're discounting anything. There's only so much you can work with when you're selling time. We don't have products and all these other things where you get a free oil change with your new car. Like we don't do that kind of thing. We could try. We
Mhm.
do try. But still, like we work within what we can and we try to get as creative and fun as possible. Check out our theme weeks this month because hello, talk about fun, right?
Mhm.
Halloween party coming up. See you on the 30th. So like we'll do all the things. But all I will say is other than our 1 year or our annual anniversary party every year, which we throw as a customer appreciation event where we give half-hour door fees away, that's as discounted and as free as it's ever going to get. We don't do free the
Mhm.
entire rest of the year, right? Because again, we're a business. And I learned a long time ago that you can really devalue your product if you're over discounting and like double
Mhm.
dipping in the extra 30% off and those kind of things. Well, then why is your sandwich worth $20 now when it was worth 10 yesterday? Like it just doesn't make
Mhm.
sense, right? So see you in June for the
Mhm.
anniversary party. Like, I don't know what else to tell you with that one. It's always going to be something, it's always going to be different. Stay tuned,
Go
you
on our
know?
website often and
Right?
check it out. But we
Like,
should say,
subscribe, and
because
follow.
you mentioned it briefly there, and I'm hoping this episode comes out in time. But guys, come to our Halloween open house. Emily, when is it?
The 30th,
Okay,
Thursday, October 30th.
Thursday, October 30th. Come. We're gonna have most women on staff that day. I don't want to say all and be a liar, but most of the staff will be there. It'll be fun, costumes, games, and some really cool like discounts and prizes and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be sexy fun. Come in costume if you dare, two boys. I always love when the boys join in.
Mhm.
Just nothing
Mhm.
scary and nothing like blood and guts because if you're going to have a session, she doesn't need that shit on her body. So there you go. It's hard to shower off.
Okay.
We're an
Okay.
easy costume.
Okay.
Okay, I've got a couple extra ones, but I feel like these are a bit more of the serious ones.
Uh-huh.
Is it safe here?
Hmm.
It's a
I'd
good
say
question,
yeah.
right?
It is a good question. Again, it is a little open-ended. Like,
Yep.
Safe in terms of what? STDs, police visits, like the area,
Right.
like there, it is a little vague, but in general, I would always say yes. I mean, we do our
Mhm.
best to ensure safety. I think being in a licensed and legal body rub parlor gives that kind of blanket of safety, like it's not shady or underground or illegal. So overall,
Yeah,
I'd say the answer is yes.
absolutely. I think also credit to us, closing at midnight makes a big difference.
Hmm.
We don't deal
It
with
does.
after last call and 4:30 in the morning. And listen, our area by day is safe. Our area in the middle of the night could be a little dicey, right?
I would want
Ask
to
our
be
neighbors that
anywhere
are open
in the
24
middle of the night.
hours.
Yeah.
Listen, I also know that we luck out on missing bylaw visits at that hour too, because I'll wake up
Hmm.
sometimes to a text from one of them that was like, was near your spot overnight. You guys weren't open. And look at the timestamp. It's like 3:43 a.m. I was like,
Hmm.
empty was in dreamland. What are you talking about? Like,
Well,
we close before the streetlights come on.
and we've changed our hours a few times over the 16 years. And the latest we've ever been open was 2 a.m. And I actually
Yeah.
loved that schedule because we used to have three
Same.
shifts. So a day shift, a mid shift, and a late shift. But it became increasingly like obvious that being open to 2 a.m. just wasn't good for clients and good for staff. Not that anything terrible happened, but it's who wants to be out in a commercial area at 2 a.m.? I just don't think long term that's a good, safe decision. So we kind of been
Uh,
stuck at this midnight spot for a long time, and I have a feeling we really won't budge from that.
I agree. I mean, something interesting would have to happen, or it would be the girls that would have to be like, we demand
Hmm.
1 a.m. or something like that.
Hmm.
Kindly, of course. Um, but I also feel like it's like that late night crowd isn't our crowd. That's
Hmm.
not really who Muse markets to. It's not the kind of like girls or behavior, even the vibe inside the spa. It's not a party place. There's no drugs and alcohol. Is it really where you need to be at 2:30 in the morning after the bar? Like I don't think it is. I think there's other
Yeah.
people that do that, and whether they do it well or not is on their own. Maybe ask bylaw because they're there
Hmm.
overnight a lot. But like I still giggle every time I get those messages because I'm like, hee, we skirted a check. Because the rule is check everyone in an area, right? So had we been open, we would have been checked. Not that that
Hmm.
matters, but still, like, oh, darn. Did we miss you? Would have been nice
Yeah.
to see you. I'll tell Riley you said hi. Let's move along. It's really funny. But yeah, safe as could be for what we do. And I think we're quite proud of that, actually. It makes
Hmm.
for lovely days most time. What?
Hmm.
Um, all right. Who's your most open-minded girl? Is a common question. Open-minded.
So who's the girl that does the most is what you want to
Yeah.
know. Well, listen, there's definitely times where we might have an inkling of whose mileage is higher than someone else's. But I think
Mm-hmm.
mileage is always so subjective because it depends on your vibe, your
You.
demeanor,
Yeah.
your offering of a price. Like there are so many factors that could change her answer to you. So it's really hard for us to pinpoint. And I would hate as an owner to be like every time we both say Julie. And now we're throwing Julie in with the wolves of all like the high mileage hunters. Like it's really based on your experience. But again, coming with like more specifics. Are you looking for DFK? Are you looking for like tell us what you're after?
Yeah.
And Emily 100% because she keeps notes on all of these things. She can definitely make a recommendation, but it's being really specific.
And I always, even with those recos, I always put an asterisk because I cannot 100% guarantee anything. If y'all
Mhm.
don't vibe or if you smell like a bag of poop, I can't help you, sir. Like, there's some things you need to accomplish your own mileage. Score your bases, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and with the dudes that I mean, if you're asking for who does the most, you're assuming full service things. And even that, I would say, I know spas that are absolutely all the time full service. And there's probably a guy or two that they reject here and there for again the same reasons: aggression, hygiene, behavior. Like if you're just an animal, it's not gonna go well, right? And so I can't
Mhm.
promise someone else's pussy, and that's literally how I'll say it to them. If we've gone back and forth a few times, I can't promise someone's pussy. That's entirely between her and hers. Like I just me.
Yeah.
And if I did, and of all of the people to do it, your boss, like I
Gross.
don't know what in HR that is, but it sure isn't right. Like, you know who will guaranteed lick your testicle? Like, I can't do that. I could say who's most likely. I
Mhm.
can say, well, I hear rumor has it that so and so loves to make out. Like,
Right.
cool. But then don't come back at me now if she wants to make out with you. I'm not. Ooh.
Yeah.
Again, like these shrugs are just like this whole episode is me going, oh, because I don't. Um, on that note, there is a way, I won't dictate it here on the pod, but there is a way that Riley and I both explain what is to be expected in a session, what mileage is included in general. And sometimes people think that that comes with like a wink wink with it. And so they'll be like, "Oh, so I read between the lines?" And I'm like, I mean, sure, but the paragraph kind of explains it. And they'll come back like some people, again, these are obviously particularly annoying situations. Don't come back at me 10 times and then being like, okay, but so if I go in and then I ask for it, it'll be fine, right? And I'm like, did I say that in my paragraph? Because I'm saying there's erotic massage, there's body slides. Like I'm listing these things. If you have something, just again, use your words and spit it out. You'll get a yes or a no, but just say it.
Hmm.
There was one exchange recently. I forget what platform it is. I swear I was biting my tongue trying to be as polite as possible. We went back and forth 10 full times. And the last message he sent me, I wrote my note here. After explaining what was 10 times back and forth, what's included, he wrote, okay, but sex? Question mark. I just left him on red because I was like, we're done. We're done here, sir. I don't know how many times, and there's only so many words and code words and real words that I can use to say either yes, no, or I don't know.
Hmm.
And so, like, just get the hint. And I
Yeah.
don't mean that with a winky face and a thumbs up. I mean that straight up. I
Yeah.
don't know. If you get sex somewhere, congratulations. Don't tell anyone and good work because you hunted right. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. You get left on red. That's all I'm just gonna say about that. Final little questions. Do I need to bring or show ID or do I need to pay a deposit?
Mm. I don't think you need to show ID unless you look really young.
Yep.
Or proving it's your birthday, because we
Yep.
give away a birthday boy promotion. What was the other part? Do I need to show ID? Oh, deposit. No,
ID
you
or
don't.
deposits?
Only time we have taken deposits or would take deposits is for like a really big event, whether you're booking
Yeah.
up a spa, a bachelor party, anything that involves closing the business or booking multiple women. And we've learned
Yeah.
that one the hard way. That's why we do it. So, yes,
Mhm.
that's the only time. Regular sessions, no ID, no deposit required.
Absolutely. Completely agree. That's how I answer it. And sometimes it even plants a seed like, oh, I can do a bachelor party here. And I'm like,
Mhm.
yes, you can. Tell your best friend to call our best friend and we'll figure it out.
So good.
And then my very last one on the list here is, hi, any discounts for newbies? I'm like, no, it's not a taste test, but thanks. Hope you enjoy your first session.
Well, listen, newbies, there's always a promotion. So check out our
Yeah.
website. You have to take
Mhm.
specifically what we're offering, but there is always some sort of like discount or offering each month. So always stay up to date on the website.
Yeah, there's never an ending to the fun, that's for sure.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I think lately, especially with just our promotions, our events, our new 20-minute session, we are hyper aware of just global circumstances, economic strains right now. People are struggling right now. And those that can afford the private bookings are doing that more. And those that are looking to save a buck are doing that more. And
Hmm.
honestly, it makes sense. Inflation is
Hmm.
stupid. Groceries are stupid. Price of utilities,
Yeah.
fucking stupid. Like there's a lot going on right now, right? So we
Mhm.
try to accommodate and be flexible. If you guys have an idea or a request or a suggestion, we love those. It makes the 28th of the month a lot easier to come up with the next promo if we get a few
Hmm.
ideas.
Yeah.
Between front desk, the girls, and the clients, we try to keep a pulse on like what's happening, and we'll do our very best to accommodate to like everything. There's very few things we say flat out no to. It's
Hmm.
more like leave it with us, and we'll find a way.
Yeah. I
And
totally
that's the fun part as owners, right? Because then we get to be creative and a little cheeky in how we make some magic happen. Because,
hmm
like, who knew you could book out a whole fucking rub and tug for the whole day for yourself with 18 women? Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. You want 3 nurses and a school teacher? Done. Like, we will figure it all out for you. I think the lesson of this is use your words, be
hmm
descriptive, be brief but explanatory. Have all your bullet points, who you want, what you want, all the things. Um, and expect, once a day reply from Ryan on Instagram.
Right.
And if you know Emily too much, she'll just leave you.
It's so funny.
You know what? I think as owners, we are more accessible than most. We are always within reach.
100%.
And I think both of us say that with a grain of salt, because if either of us ever saw a notification that something urgent was coming in, we would obviously hop in and help you.
Mhm.
Or divide and conquer. If I know she's sleeping already and I see appointment requests come in at 10:15 p.m., I'm not going to ignore you on Instagram. I'll answer it, but we're still not taking all day
Right.
to do. Time is money, and we got business to run and a podcast to do. So we're busy as well. And so are you guys. And so we want to respect that time and make it short and brief and easy for you guys as well. And the privacy is great when you can just send off a quick email, right? So
Yep.
we try to accommodate. Just be accommodating back. But I
Well,
hope that
like,
helps anyone new and curious, because I'm sure
yeah,
some of these actually answered some questions you probably wouldn't have worded it the same way.
I
Some
think
guys I
so.
know in the comments would be like, I would never annoy you guys like that. And I'm like, I love you. But some do, and they mean it well. They don't have, or they're not ill-intentioned, but make us have an easier job to help you is kind of what
Mhm.
I mean. And the common questions, they're good questions. Is it safe? Who's
Yeah.
good? These are basic questions. I would ask the same
Mhm.
thing going to a hair salon, right? Who's your best hairdresser? Who's good for color? Who's good for curly hair? Who's good for whatever, right? So
Yeah.
ask, inquire, get your answers, and then go have the most fun. And then tell us about it so we can share the information. We got a lot of new girls right now. Let us know how it goes.
Yes. So true.
Super fun. This is a good one. My cheeks hurt.
Mhm. I know.
I love it. Well, hop over to Patreon and catch us there an extra 2 times a week. And we will see you next time. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye, guys.
Bye.